Alright then. Now, despite the fact that I most definitely do not have the money available in order to really take advantage of it, let's take a quick look at the police station to see if there's anything new here. I don't have much, but I do have new things. Alright, well, first things first. I guess I can sell a bunch of this stuff. That might be able to give me the ability to buy at least some armor. As I've pretty much determined who I'm going to be using at this point. Yeah, seems like a pretty good idea. And these are all not useful to me. I wish I got more of a chance to use them, but there you go, I guess. Toss all that into the money pit. And there should be a couple of super valuable items for me to sell. A burning grail. All right. And a scarlet choker. There you go. And weapons are nice, but these are better. Oh, that's really not that big of a boost, honestly. Also, why is Ike's so much more expensive? Yeah, that's only 4 more points. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's entirely worth it. Let me take a look here. Let me zoom all the way down real quick to see. Nope, we've got the Kiss of Athena back. All right, yep. Don't mind me. Just gonna equip that. Which means the Colossus. Fairies are said to have made this hammer. Ooh. You think it's actually a legitimate hammer again? Because I'd be happy if it was a big ol' hammer again. All right, we'll also get you the bow. And no reason to not buy that too. And there we go. This time we didn't get the armor, we got the weapon. The armor would have been nice, but the bonuses seemed small enough to really not be that big of a deal. All right, Metis, I've got something for you. Mostly a hammer. Hammers, better than axes. That's just factual information. And then there's Yukari. Yeah, we'll hurry up and go, but hang on. Let me give you this dang old bow I found. Well, I didn't find it. I bought it specifically for you. So there you go. And I've also got another sword for ye. Yata-ta-ta. There you go. All right. We're as good as we're going to get. Let's go. So here's the real question. Should I run past all the enemies and see what happens? There is the hammer again. Nice. I'm contemplating it, honestly. So yeah, that's one. Yeah, there's only the 2 doors left. And obviously whatever the hell goes over here. Because there's obviously going to be something. I suppose it is totally feasible and possible that it is something that I could do. I could just run past all the enemies, assume I'm strong enough, and perhaps be completely annihilated as a result. I'm open to the idea. Let me scout ahead. It's faint, but I sense a powerful presence below. As for the figure, nope, can't sense that anywhere. The enemy is a long way from your current position. Pace yourselves. Or, instead of pacing myself, I could recklessly charge ahead like a moron. That seems like the better idea. I'm gonna do that one. Pick myself up a wee bit of the money in the same time. Well, don't mind me. I'm just gonna, whoop, sneak by. And, alright. And that's why that was a legitimate jump scare for me. I did not realize the enemy was that far. Oh, they've got almighty attacks. It's looking like maybe running ahead was not a smart call. All right then, fair enough. Let's begin the arduous process of analyzing everybody. Fire did nothing. Ow, my face. All right, weak to wind. I'm gonna die. All right, I didn't die. I was really confident about the idea that I was totally about to die. Okay, not bad. Of course, if I don't do something about it, we are going to die. So, obviously, let's try and not. Why are those statues always weak to that? That is so weird. All right, then. Well, might as well knock down some puddles. However that works. Yeah, guess is as good as mine, people. And get them we shall. All right then, that worked out okay, I suppose. Mostly due to the fact that we have a big ol' hammer. The hammer is the most important factor in all of this. Cool, great, that's not the one I wanted. That always ends up becoming a problem. Oh well. Alright, let's not go out of our way to avoid enemies this time, I suppose. Any extra level ups we can possibly get should be welcome. That being said, how far along am I from, like, doing that? Not that far away, if we're being real. Alright then. If and that's what Sagasta does, then that's what I will does. I think I'll kind of go half and a half with my prior strategy. I'm not gonna go looking for a fight, but if I gotta get into one, I won't go out of my way to avoid it either. That seems like a pretty good compromise. Oh. And of course, if the game is just going to give me the holes to jump down right out the gates, then it's a rather fine and dandy situation to be having myself into this time too. Excuse me, my goodness. All right, avoiding foes. But like this guy, oh, that's not good. Yukari isn't involved because she got apparently Schmeckledorfed. That's unfortunate.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the
any chance of maybe? All right, so apparently the answer to that was no.
It's weak against ice.
Okay, all right, that's really good for us. Here's hoping we can pull this off. Oh, they were literally all weak to ice. That works out. Okay then. All right. I am surprised that worked out as well as it did, given what happened before the fight started. Let's say that much. All right. No, don't. Oh, now which one was it? Great. Now I've got man snake. Do I look like the type of person who wanted a man snake? I assure you, I didn't. Nobody wants man snake. Oh, great. It's more of these dudes. Oh, great. It's unspeakable pain and torment.
Give me a second. I'll scan the target.
All right. I'll recklessly throw my attacks out and hope for the best.
Such persistence. 2 enemies left.
Healing's probably the better option. Healing is probably the smarter idea. Let us be real. Let us be real. Have not used fire, so I will now use fire. It ain't the fire.
Slashing attacks won't work. Be careful.
Of all the spells, huh? All right, so slashing don't work, but you know what does work? Hammers. And of course, these things just flat out don't have weaknesses. All right, convenient we got a counter out of that. Slashing don't work, stupid. We just learned that. You know, at the very bare minimum, at least I was able to, you know, pay attention to that fact. And piercing works, right? It does. Then piercing we shall do. Piercing we shall do. And hit it with a hammer. Bye-bye. All right, not bad, not bad, not bad. Also, inchworming our way in order inchworming our way to leveling up. Always good. It's looking like we're probably going to be doing that, jumping down the hole and hoping for the best that maybe we have enough of whatever it is we need in order to defeat the enemy, but we're going in there primarily to hopefully maybe find a weakness before we get killed, and I'm forced to do more training, and then we'll go back with, you know, renew the vigor. That's a thing that I do a lot. Managed to avoid that somehow. Oh, this is not the greatest. Okay, but I did find the way, so. Oh no!
A surprise attack. Please be careful.
Okay, so mild issue. If we don't successfully run away, we're gonna die. But I'm doing it anyway! And it worked. Let the record show that I was fully aware of the fact that that could have gone horribly, horribly, horribly wrong. In fact, yeah, actually, now that I double, triple think about it, I didn't save, so I would actually have to, like, do the whole thing with Mitsuru's cutscene all over again. Oh, that would have been an issue. And if you're feeling weak, don't push yourself. Come back for whatever reason. I guess maybe she knows that coming back to the main floor miraculously gives you all of your energy back. Never really got anything resembling an explanation for why that is. I mean, granted, a magical, you know, fox with leaves. That wasn't really a phenomenal explanation, but I mean, you know, we live in a crazy pants world with magic and personas and spells and what have you. I can buy it. Makes more sense than just straight up, if you leave, you just are back to full power. Now go back down there. All right, so I'll just ignore you entirely. Yep. That's how you do. That's how you do. And that's a couple dead ends, it seems. Oh, no. I felt as if I had no other real options there.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
All right, well, we already know that you're pretty much immune to literally everything. Oh, boy. Here's hoping we can kill you before that becomes a serious problem. I am stupid as all hell, and I just don't much care for myself as a person.
2 enemies left. Persona.
Just, all right. There we go.
Now is your chance.
And try to make up for that.
It's a tough one.
Literally, our one and only goal was maybe kill this thing before it gets a chance to hit me.
The enemy.
Now we most assuredly are not going to be able to do that.
You won't escape.
All right, well, it looks like we weren't going to be able to anyway. Don't die, anybody.
Mitsuru-senpai.
All right, amazingly, nobody died. All right.
To finish it off.
Okay. And then we kill the eyeball monster with the power of wind. All right, or I guess we don't. And while there's a chance that we could hit that thing, kill it with wind, and then use the bonus one more ability to then heal us, let's not. Just on the off chance that that ends up
2 enemies
not working in our favor.
firing.
Oh boy. All right. That's good, that's good. No need to bother with anything else, just hit it with a hammer.
Keep your filthy hands.
Just always, if you can, hit it with a hammer. And cool, all right, not what I wanted. Request healing, please, thank you very much. Okay, all right. Doki panic. And let the enemy get bored of us so that I can then just run around it like so. Jumping down a pit. When in doubt, jump down a pit. And so we have reached. All right, so actually what I should do is save first, like I've been a-doing. Yeah, that's right, just like we've been a-doing. And then what I can do is I can use this here Snuff Soul, get her to have some of her SP back. We still got like a bunch of other stuff. All right. And then we jump down the hole. That way, if I end up losing, then I never ended up even spending that item in the first place. It's a good call. It's a good call. Oh no. I'm already not feeling super duper great about this, if I'm being real with you. Although that tank appears to be owned by Guy Fieri, so we got that going for us, I guess. Are you two exactly the same thing, the slaughter drives? All right, so if either of you are weak to any, these things look like they eat fire, literally, figuratively, and every other word that could possibly be used. But I still feel the need to check. All right, so the question that I proposed, or at least my hypothesis, is true. It is very, very true. Okay. By that hand, they look like they are weak to ice.
Ice is ineffective.
Okay, so we can work with that. We can work with that. The tank is weak to ice. We just need to actually, you know, hit it. Although it would be nice if I had something resembling something that I could do about those guys. Can I hit them with a hammer? I can. The good news is I can. All right. So, yeah. Mild problem is if I'm going to be using the ice strategy, we kind of need to desperately hope that it hits. Otherwise, Aigis and Mitsuru are entirely doomed.
Wow, now's your chance.
Okay. So far, so grand. Ah, delightful! Makara card! Is Makara card the magic one? It might be.
The enemy.
It might be. I do not have the answer. It should be noted that it's possible that those two knife arm fellows are weak to electricity. Well, at least I don't have to waste an entire turn switching over to a different persona to check. Alright, so no. The answer was definitely no. So, fire, ice, electric, and wind really don't prove any sort of benefits whatsoever. So, we will not do that then. Instead, we will desperately attempt to knock the tank over and, you know, I guess just never have that work out for us in the long run. That's fair. That's fair. Please fall down. It didn't. It didn't.
Hang in there.
Okay. So it's looking like the thing they used is for physical attacks. Otherwise, I feel like they wouldn't have just straight up dodged. They would have bounced back. That is my guess. Nuts to it. Let's check. No, it was magic-based. Fascinating. All right, then. Fair enough. Huh. The hell do I do? I don't have a lot of options, actually. I really kind of need that tank to not attack me so that Mitsuru has a chance to, you know, get back up.
Choice. The enemy is down.
All right. Maybe dodging it made the Makara card go away anyway? I don't have anything resembling an answer to that.
Firing.
Feel like, did they wear off? I don't even know anymore.
The enemy's returned to normal.
I have nothing resembling any kind of idea.
Hang in there.
Just heal people up to the best of your ability. But if this happens, ow, 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 ow. Why must you be the worst thing ever? All right, so physical barrier. No, it is not. It is just flat out not. It is a magic barrier. All right then. So then this is fine because, good God. It's always hard to remember which one is single target and which one's multi-hitting. Good. This is fine because Aegis is currently immune to it anyway. Oh! Now my brain is recalling the things that I should probably be remembering. That's why those bounced off. Okay, so it's possible that they are weak to electric and it just bounced off. And yes, it all makes sense now. It all makes all the sense. Unfortunately, yeah, I ain't got any of those no mo, so that's a bit of an issue. Huh. Alright then, well, be that as it may.
I failed to finish it off. The enemy's returned.
I guess we're just going to hold out on a wee bit of hope that perhaps Mitsuru will be able to knock that tank back over of her own power. That would be handy dandy. Of course, if crap like that constantly keeps happening, then that's gonna throw the entire strategy out the damn window. To put it lightly. Jackass. All right then. No, I would like this one. Yes. Actually, one of the best things about this thing is the fact that Divine Grace makes it so healing spells do even better. But at the same time, the whole point is to use this and hope for the best, even though it's probably not gonna work.
Persona.
Well, now I'm confused. Now I am just confused. I definitely 100% absolutely already got rid of those shields, right?
Senpai is seriously
That's a thing that I did, right? Yes? Maybe? Alright, fine. Well, failing that, what we do know is, without a shadow of a doubt, that that particular enemy, if it has a Makarakarn shield, or it had one, it most certainly does not anymore. It can only bounce off an attack once. That's lucky. That's lucky. So, we're going to use an electric spell one last time. Just one more time. I mean, I guess if it ends up evading it, because evade elect, then that's one thing. It's got evade elect, it's weak to electricity. Okay. I'm just having a really hard time keeping track of what enemies do, and in fact, do not have their damn bouncy shield available. Okay. Then that makes sense. That's not good. Ah, delightful. One final chance to make everything not go horribly wrong for us. And a magic, yeah, I was considering using a magic shield. Probably wouldn't end up being a good idea. All right. Just hit it with an arrow. Oh, Lord. All right. Okay. All right, okay. At least we're slowly inchworming our way into defeating that fellow. That guy probably even still has a bouncy thing. So, please work. Thank you.
Well done.
Okay, so then, excuse me. I would knock down the other one. That is something I would like to do, but it still has the shield. So let's not for this turn, at least.
Not good enough.
All right, that works out. That works out. Now, this would be really useful. Yeah, it was stupid to ask. All right, well, I mean, okay. Okay. That ultimately wasn't that bad. Could have done a hell of a lot worse.
It's a tough one.
Like, you could have hit, yeah, I mean, actually, nobody here is weak to? No, she is weak to, yeah, you could have instantly killed Mitsuru with that. So, you didn't, and I appreciate that, but I don't feel like you did it out of the kindness of your non-existent heart, for you are a tank.
Enemy is down.
And tanks aren't really known for their ability to sympathize. Yeah, okay. See, that time I knew it was gonna happen. 'Twas deliberate the entire time. I had to get rid of the damn shield somehow. Thank you. And, no, that wouldn't really be a great idea. We really don't have that much SP left, and the odds of definitely hitting it on the next turn, not great. Not great.
Careful. The enemy's going to attack.
Okay, so it appears as if victory is within the realms of feasibility. It's by no means assured or guaranteed in any capacity, but it seems possible. I'd really like to hit that one specifically. Yeah, alright, that's fair. That figures. Probably gonna need to give Mitsuru something for this, because stopping the tank sure is important for our well-being. Alright, yeah, let's go with healing.
Hang in there.
Keeping Igus alive is far more important than doing like 32 damage to an enemy. Ow, my parts. Okay, hit it with a hammer. Never stop hitting it with a hammer. Alright. So you had your fun, you did a little dance, it was great for everybody involved, but then you got hit with electric attack. Thank you. And then I might be selfish, but yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
The enemy's return to normal.
Expected, anticipated, not appreciated, but unsurprised. Fair enough. Cool. Alright, well. Thing is, I don't want to use those bombs of life because I'm definitely gonna have to fight some sort of horrifying monstrosity at the end of this demon tunnel. You know, when the big time, the main enemy, the final boss of the answer. I want to save full revivals for stuff like that, because I don't know how many of those things I'm going to end up getting. Okay, so I'm going to hope. Yep, alright, fair enough. Oh! Well, I'm dead. I'm not dead? Well, that seems bizarre and strange. Alright, Midnight, we got 7 of these. To hell with it. Okay, then.
Not good enough.
That was super lucky. That shouldn't have worked. Alright, I sure would like to kill you before you also got a chance to blow yourself up. Then again, I mean, if I had to choose between, you know, yourself blowing up and you doing that crap again, I obviously would have preferred the explosion, because apparently that's surprisingly more survivable than it realistically should be. Alright, it sure would be nice if this hit for once. Thank you.
One more slash.
Now I debate to myself what the best course of action would be. Do I really want to use a precious egg? No, I do not, because Igus can just be the one to try and use that ability. We're really close to being able to just straight up kill this thing, so yeah. Let's hold on to that.
Enemies return to normal.
This thing's about to blow itself up, probably, so it'll probably be fine.
Hang in there.
Here's hoping I'll be able to finish this whole thing up before Yukari needs to definitely use a precious egg. Door shut! Okay then, so... I'm really tempting fate with this one. Yep, that's kind of what you get. Alright, well, I guess Mitsuru has the ability to do this at least one more time.
This ends now.
But if it misses, then... Okay, well it did, so...
One more slash.
Ultimately, I guess it doesn't really matter. I did okay in the end.
I failed to finish it off.
It worked out.
Enemy's going to attack.
It technically, by definition, worked out okay.
That would do it.
And we got enough HP. We're fine.
I couldn't defeat it.
Last resort, blow it up. Okay, so I'm beginning to... I'm under the impression that maybe that ability just exclusively, like, does half the current amount of HP that you have. If so, that's not exactly the most useful. Okay, so let us maybe do this. Because an all-out attack might finish the job. Of course, yeah, you know, yeah, it does need to hit. That is true. What happens if you try to hit it with a sword? Surprisingly, it works out rather well. You had a lot of options when it came to what attack you ended up doing. You chose the, like, probably the worst possible target. You could have killed some people. You chose not to. Could this be sympathy? From some kind of sentient demon tank? I'm not going to say yay, but I'm also not willing to say nay. Alright, so if literally any 3 of the characters who can use ice magic, yeah, thank you, could actually, you know, land a hit, that'd be cool. Yeah, no, Mitsuru can't do it anymore, but you get my point. And it wasn't enough to kill it. Okay, but it was enough to get respectfully close. And, yep, I guess just keep hitting it with a sword. Excuse me, what? That sure as all hell better be a significantly weaker one, or I'm actually going to be kind of pissed off. If I'm being completely honest with you. I don't think that's a weaker one. I think it just straight up revived an enemy that was kind of a pain in the ass to get rid of. Wow.
That's the way.
Wow. You're really doing that crap.
You won't escape.
All right, well, see, now I'm just gonna go on a united front to make sure you're absolutely super ultra mega dead. Yeah, cool, great. I'll deal with that in a little bit. Uh-huh, all right, yep, that makes sense, that makes sense. I still hate you, and hitting you with a hammer.
Tough one.
And And, great! This fight went from pretty much a done deal to aggravatingly extended for really no damn reason.
I need your help.
Okay, so, right, the bouncing. Immediately forgetting about the bouncing. Thank you!
Last one. Don't let your guard down.
All right. I hate you so that much.
Hang in there.
Just gonna have to kill another one of these for stupid reasons. All right, then. No reason to not try, as lackluster of an option as it is. All right, cool, you still had that. Yeah, glad I remembered that. I remembered getting rid of one and figuring that, you know, that was good enough. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Tough one.
Gotta get rid of both. I got rid of the tanks one, and I thought that I got rid of this one. I didn't. Okay, well, now that it's been properly bounced back at me, now you can get back to dodging them. Oh, you didn't. Okay.
The enemy's down. Let's finish.
Would the game be kind enough to at least do a decent amount of damage to it as a result of this? Yes. Okay. Still ungodly frustrating and awful, and I hate it, and it's awful, and it's terrible, and you're stupid, and I hate you, but assuming I can actually land electric attacks, then this can go by somewhat quickly. I sincerely hope that killing a third one of these things, you know, gives me even more experience points in the end. I feel like I've earned the tiny little fractional increase from having to kill a third one. Be real nice of you is all I'm saying. Yeah, all right, you've made your point, game. I don't really understand what it is you're trying to do right here, right now, if I'm being entirely honest, because I don't know if you know this. No matter what, you're gonna lose and I'm gonna win. That is 100% a surefire 100% guarantee. So the fact that you're just going out of your way to prolong things and make things annoyingly difficult is really kind of frustrating.
Enemy is down.
You really should just,
Let's finish.
you know, when you're already senselessly prolonging the events of what's going on, the least you could do is, you know,
No shadows.
know when you're beat and give up. Thank you, and good day. All right, I do think I got more experience for that. Wow, we practically leveled up twice. At least we got that going for us. All right, looks like Titania is actually getting really good too. That's Ice, Wind, and Healing available now. That will definitely be good for us in the long run. Attack mirrors, good, good, and another egg, cool. Good thing I didn't end up having to use them. All right, so I'm not 100% sure how to interpret the events. I mean, I was obviously strong enough to do so, and I even went in there not 100% prepared. So I take it that I am, in fact, strong enough to take care of the quote-unquote business. So, I mean, then again, at the exact same time, you can only do that so many times before you're going to be in for a very rude awakening. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hope for the best that I can defeat the last one, that the game isn't going to pull an annoying longevity thing and make it so I have to go through another strong presence before I can get to the next, you know, memory door. Then once that's all done, get to the memory door, and there's only one door path left, I'm going to assume it's going to be that one door path, and then whatever is at the end, and with the probably a very large bonus door that leads to the final boss and what have you. Anyway, before that, one more training session, and by the end of that, we should probably be squared away. Was it just static interference? Sorry, it's hard to see ahead with so many shadows, especially since the shadows on those floors seem much stronger than before. If we're going ahead, be careful. Yeah, well, not like we have an option to not go ahead. So that's more than a little weird. Oh, well, that's not good. That's also not good. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Here's hoping that this is the correct way to go. I cannot believe that that worked.
How annoying.
Cool. Thanks, universe. Cool, cool. Now we're dealing with this. This is now what we're dealing with.
Give me a sec.
I'm
I'll scan the
feeling
totem.
great.
They won't give up.
Please stop doing that.
The enemy's weak.
That was already gonna be my primary guess. All right, quick question. You give me a magic stat of 32. Titania, what do? You give me a magic stat of 40. We're gonna go ahead and use her.
2 enemies left. Persona.
Plus, if I level her up enough, I get Divine Grace on this one too, which gives me pretty much 3 of my personas in one. Ah, delightful, delightful even. Yes. Would have been nice if the enemies were to just straight up and die there, but it's within your rights to not do so, I suppose. You just have to slowly, methodically, re-knock them back over, and hope that a second one with our complete team will actually be enough this time. Already going to have to use some of our SP on healing everybody after that. All because Mitsuru doesn't have, very fleet feet. Also, I don't even get to grab the experience card. Instead, I gotta go with skeleton and a wheel. But there was another level up, so that's good. Yep, alright, I'm pretty sure Yukari knows what that means. Ah, she almost shot me in the face. She must want to be healed. Alright, so I believe we were going this way. Yep, that's treasure, that's a dead end, and that's just untold murder and sadness. Cool.
2 enemies.
Yeah, okay, but no. That's kind of really all I have to say on the matter, if I'm being honest. No. Not really cool with that. Mitsu, actually, you do your own healing this time because you aren't gonna use a multi-heal spell just for a single character. It's called conserving. All right, not the best start, but it makes sense that it wouldn't be the best start because if you paid attention earlier, we were actually doing pretty well for ourselves, all things considered. All right, yes, the monsters. Really? I guess when a monster has a weird little conniption. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the
That's not
totem.
stupid. That's not stupid at all. Want to be cool, game? Oh, wow, the game actually wanted to be cool. All right. Well, the bad news is this is going to burn through SP like nobody's business, so that's a bit of an issue.
Still 4 enemies left.
But literally the other 2... Wait, that's not even the right one. Why did I hit that one? Why is life this way? Why? Ow. Oh, is it weak to wind? I didn't know.
Can't lose. Are you okay?
Oh, boy.
The enemy.
All right. Do I have an item in my pants? Light wind damage to all foes, you say? That sounds like a time-saving measure. Thank you. Now, please let these creepy, gross little monstrosities die horribly. That'd be nice. Okay.
Someone help Mitsuru-senpai.
This is the world that we're living in.
Enemy's weak against. Careful.
Yeah, the enemy is weak against such and such, but what if I hit it with a hammer?
Metis defeated an enemy.
What if I shot it with an arrow? All right, cool.
I'm alright.
So maybe the weaknesses didn't really mean a goddamn thing. I mean, they meant something, obviously, but still.
My skill level has increased.
Very happy about that. Maybe that'll mean we'll get beat up a little less. That sure would be nice. All right, then there's a monster over there. As was previously established, let's not bother with that. Thank you. Just gonna zoom on by. And finally, a hole in the wall. Thank you. Or a hole in the floor. Whatever. Whatever works. Not as useful as this game really seems to think they are. Of course you decided to turn around that direction of all directions. Maximum time waste. It makes sense, of course, of course. Alright, well, you're just gonna be a massive pain in the ass the entire time no matter what, so might as well at least get advantage.
There are 4 enemies.
And I got something for this? You bet I do. It's even light wind damage, too. Of course, mild issue with the fact that they're... Yeah, alright. I thought that was a smarter idea than it actually was. Light wind damage may, in fact, you know, preserve SP in the long run, but if we're not strong enough to one-hit kill all of the enemies after doing so, it's, yeah, not a great call. Okay, well, if this works, then we're good. And miraculously, it worked, so we're good. All right, then. Thank you very much. I say a thank you, I say a thank you, I say a thank you. Now give me big experience boost. Except I probably am not going to get it. Yeah. Cool. Ah, wind boost. And if that meant something, it would mean something. But quite frankly, I can totally get rid of you now. I've got much better personas for all the things that you are capable of doing. So, prepare yourself to be on the literal chopping block. I guess not literal. Literal would be in Persona 5. Proverbial, then. Yeah, okay, but what if you just decided to not do that? Yeah, there we go. See, now everybody gets what they want. I don't have to fight you, and I don't know, you get a fajita or something. I've confirmed a strong presence. Whoa, it's located somewhere. Fuuka's powers are kind of bad. Let's be real. It's like, man, oh, I feel it. There's something in there somewhere. Oh, yeah, like, oh yeah, that's really handy. Definitely couldn't have just assumed that or anything. I'm being mean, and I accept, and I understand that, and I accept that, and I apologize. I'm slightly frazzled. The good news is, all of these freaking holes in the ground. We might reach that strong presence before too long. But then again, I just said that, so obviously something is about to go horribly wrong. Free treasure, free treasure, free treasure, free treasure, free treasure, free treasure. Ooh, some kind of, okay, well, you said it was a hammer. I like hammers. So does that mean stronger and a hammer? There we go, a hammer of brutal power. And is it still a hammer? Ooh, it is a hammer, except it's pointy and golden. Nice. All right, that's a full-on 100% okay with me exchange of weaponry right there. No, don't mind me. I'm just ignoring all y'all fools. Yeah, I kind of thought so. All right. Okay. Why? I mean, let's be honest, I was due. Do you think this was the floor that I was on before? Because I'm going to be entirely legit with you all. I do not remember. Haha, so I'm back. Hi, how's it going? I have returned to where I once was, or maybe a little higher or lower. It's kind of hard for me to really be able to tell. And I have grown even stronger. We are now currently all the way up into this noise, and everybody else is kind of following. Personas have gotten pretty considerably stronger, 2 as a matter of fact. They've been getting lots of experience, my goodness. I've also become very well acquainted with just about every combination of enemies that I can go up against in here. However, I have to deliver the extraordinarily depressing news that despite the amount of times I ran through this area and all of the treasure chests I have opened, I have never refound the golden hammer of spiky glory that she was currently priorly wielding. Never got a chance to even use it. I'm incredibly depressed by that, but I mean, a hammer is a hammer, and as long as she's still got a hammer, then we should be okay. So, with all that, the prior problem I was having of, well, I could keep running ahead, but what are the odds of me being able to be strong enough in order to actually finish any of my problems? You know, that little issue. We're a whole lot stronger now. Oh, boy. So, no need to worry about that. I also don't actually have to be terrified of the enemies. I know for a fact I can defeat them. But it's kind of a force of habit, really. I just kind of instinctually flinch when a shadow dares try to murder me. I could fight that. In fact, considering it's the thing that killed us before, even though I'm gonna end up wasting a lot of my SP, I kind of want to do it just for the sake of being able to show everybody that I can, in fact, do it.
3 of them. Strike first.
There are indeed 3 of them. They are large and they look like they are made out of some kind of fiery material, and it's no good. Anyway, I've mostly been using Titania over here because, my goodness, is it extraordinarily handy to have healing, ice, and wind all in the exact same thing.
I need your help.
Alright, so first things first, these dudes are immune to a lot of things. Like, my goodness.
Light won't work on the enemy.
Oddly enough, piercing weapons work. You'd think they would have just been null to just about anything, but what's you gonna do? Alright, so this doesn't actually have an incredibly high odds of, you know, working, but if it did, man, would that really help me out. Thank you. And just like that, that is instantaneously one of the enemies that I no longer have to worry about.
You couldn't defeat it.
And we just kinda blast them with all of the various ice skills we've got. It doesn't have to be ice, but ice is the most readily available that I have, you know, provided. So that is what I'm going with. And you just take care of business. And then they decide, hey, I'm gonna slap you around. And it's rude, it's crude, it's vile, and I don't really much care for their way of going about things. But you know what? That's their right. They're allowed to do so. And there you go, and hammer won't work, hammer won't work. You might wish that the hammer worked, but the hammer, it will not work. Alright, well, that being said, I'd like to not actually spend any more of my SP. And I'm more than strong enough to be able to get away with doing this exact thing. I just really wanted to demonstrate how that, you know, I could very, very easily defeat these enemies now when they were the ones that ended up killing me before. Granted, they also got the jump on me, which did not help, but, you know, point is, I have become much stronger than I once was. Also, those things give you, like, an absolutely absurd amount of EXP, so I saw no reason to not, you know, want to take advantage of that. Well, ain't that just fantastic? As I've checked everybody's upcoming skills, they are just about reaching the point where they've got almost nothing left to learn. Yukari's only got her ultra super, you know, full heal everybody spell left. I think Metis only has 2. And I think Mitsuru might only have 2 as well. So we're doing pretty good, pretty good. And I'm only marginally weaker than I was when I ended the game in the prior mode. So I feel like I've got pretty good odds going forward. And there we go, I found the place. And yes, I've been here before, but shock and awe, all Fukin really did was say, man, that looks like a person, but it doesn't feel like a person. And just kind of doing that whole rigmarole for the 70th time. So, gonna go ahead and just tell you, you really didn't miss anything. Any ding dang way. Uh-oh, it's a big gooey person.
It seems like the shadow is our only enemy again. Incoming.
Oh, wow, so we didn't actually turn our head to watch the shadow run away this time? Surprising! Alright, so mild issues, mild issues. I never like it when it's only a single enemy. Alright, well. Alright, so it eats piercing. Does it also eat slashing? It does, it does. Does it eat striking? It most assuredly do. Oh, by the way, so one of the many items I picked up over my travels were, sexy high heels. And, Mitsuru was the only one who didn't have really good dodging items. It also was like a super boost to dodging fire. I think it was a medium chance to dodge fire attacks. So it was a win-win. When I gave them to her, she said, and I quote, "So the time has finally come. Very well, I won't run from this. I shall wear this." And I don't know how exactly to feel about that. Anyway, as physical attacks seem to not be an option, I guess we're just gonna have to absolutely annihilate this sucker chump with any and all manner of really strong magics. Do I have anything that deals, like, heavy elemental damage? I don't think that I do. I need to go back to the Velvet Room or something at some point. Yeah, I've got a lot of things, and I'm definitely in need of a couple upgrades. Alright then, well, I'm going to... Why does... Well, that's interesting. I only just realized that the ice version takes more SP. I guess because it has the chance of freezing a foe. That's an interesting tidbit. Alright, not nearly as much damage as I would prefer, but I guess that's why I've got literally everybody else available. So far, its opening move has been less than impressive, so I'm feeling pretty good about this so far. I used a tier 1 fire spell. Oh, that's a problem. It can summon. Oh dear, it's a big fat guy on a weird rocky horse. Alright, weird fat guy. Let's give that a try, why don't we? Yeah, let's just use Magarududine. Magarudine. Ah, I see. It blocks it, Does that mean it's susceptible to physical attacks? The answer was yes. The bad news is it was not immediately fall down, go boom. So, that's obviously a bit of an issue. Let's use Mind Charge. I like the idea of doing that. Let's hope that they don't knock Mitsuru down in the intermeeting time. That'd be unfortunate if that were a thing. Alright, well, I kind of feel the desire to get rid of the blobby monstrosity before I try to deal with, you know, Tubsy Wubsy over there. Ow! I happen to be weak to that at the moment in time. That's unfortunate. Yeah, okay, cool. That does not help. Alright, so this is gone from not so great to real bad. Real fast, if I'm being real. Okay. Well, I bought like a bunch of disc poisons and disc charms and disc rages because I could, so I did. I missed my never-ending supply of those things. Alright, so let's switch over to something else next time. And also, let's use a super duper ultra charged Poo-Poo-Dine. And see what happens. Big damage! Ah, delightful. I see you've decided to incapacitate my healer. I really wish you didn't do that. Ah, I see you've decided to get my healer back up on her feet. Very much appreciated. Wish you didn't hit her with a bolt from 4 in order to accomplish that, but... take what minor victories that you can possibly accomplish. Because we need to get rid of that fella.
Attack weakened. Please be careful.
Yes, attack weakened.
Hang in there.
Everybody everywhere is feeling not so great about it. There you go. Alright, so let's switch over to something else. What do you figure the odds of something... I'm just trying to think. What do you think that they probably wouldn't have available to them? Guess I'll probably just stick with this, and you can just sort of focus on shooting the fat guys on the rocky horses. Yeah, like that. Yes. Don't you worry about that. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm just going to refreeze the Jello Demon. Deep freeze the Jello. Ow. Why did you have to do that? Oh, well, there goes Yukari. Ah, good. Glad all of those items I've given you to boost your evasion for fire-based attacks have not really been working out for anybody. I sure do wish you didn't do that. Is the thing I have the thing that nullifies stat? Nope, that's still stat bonuses, not stat penalties. Alright. I forgot which one it was, and I was really hoping that it was the other. Unfortunate, that. Okay, so this isn't really great, and I kind of don't want to do this because, you know, obvious weaknesses and all that. But I kind of need some, you know, angelic grace-based Metaramas up in here. So, while that's ultimately probably not going to go super great for me, I still feel like it was probably the better choice. I choose to have no regrets in that form. Alright, well. Wow, I do not like how smart these enemies are being. I would very much appreciate it if you didn't do that. Okay, well, I mean, you very easily could have just used another, you know, almighty attack, and it didn't. Yes, okay, our stats have been most assuredly brought down. You must be very proud of yourself. You can knock it off. My God. Entirely unnecessary.
Defense weakened.
Alright, let's just keep going with the whole kill the blob. Because if we kill, technically, all 3 enemies are blobs, but if we don't kill that thing, it could just end up summoning up more of them if we defeated the others. So, seems like a good call. And I'm just going to kind of assume that they can block just about anything. Could you not do that? No, they very much apparently can't. They want to continue to do that, and I just might, yeah, I'm just gonna straight up die, apparently. Alright, so, I guess it doesn't really matter how strong you are in the end. If things go poorly for you, they're just gonna go poorly. Alright, well, we definitely have the capacity to win. It's just, you know, gonna be a bit. I'll deal with it. I got this. I'm not nearly as upset as you think I would be. Why does this thing sometimes skip and other times not? That's annoying. Okay, so I'm back, and due to a couple better made decisions on my part, we're doing okay-ish. However, these enemies are particularly sadistic and intelligent. They're pretty much almost always very consistently only going after weaknesses. And, of course, that's the first time I've actually seen one of them not go for an obvious weakness. That is literally the first time. Every single enemy up to this point, every enemy turn, they've always used Zayanga on Yukari or Agi something or another on Mitsuru every single time. That is the first time. After I compliment the fact that the enemies are being bizarrely intelligent, it decided to make a fool of me. Very nice of you, game. I was actually giving you a spot of credit, but in order to make sure that I looked exceptionally stupid to everybody, you made sure to do that so that it looked like I was just wrong. It's like, ah ha ha, he thought, he's trying to make everybody think that the enemies were smart. So, what if we did something really stupid, so it just looks like he lost purely because he's stupid and bad at video games. Yeah, that's real great. Anyway, aside from that, okay. See, now, they're really doing that. It's mostly exploit a weakness, then use Magadolda, and whatever have you. So, they've been doing that a whole bunch. Or, they end up using, you know, a weakness, and then Mudun, and pretty much every single time that they've ever attempted it, they just kinda, they almost always nail it without any issue. Alright, so, it's crazy to say, but honestly, let's not have Yukari use the healing. Under most circumstances, that's what I would prefer, but right now, I'd actually say it's a better call to have Igus be our purely dedicated healer. At any given moment, Igus will be allowed to use her next turn, but, if we're gonna be knocking fools down, I'm okay with that. In fact, could we just straight up kill it? We could! That is the beauty and wonder of a giant hammer. Luckily, I had a second persona that, you know, was really, really good at healing. And wasn't weak to electricity at the same time. Alright, I mean, if you want to just suddenly become incredibly stupid, I'm fine with my second attempt of this being ridiculously easier than the first. Of course, I would prefer my first attempt to be, you know, a never-ending, immediate success so that everybody can be all like, whoa, dang, look at him. He sure did beat that enemy real easily. He's cool. Yeah, I know. That was never going to happen. But, you know, I digress. Alright, that was annoying. Whoa, that is a lot of XP. My goodness. Alright then. Now we're really cooking. And, of course, we've got nothing to say on the matter, and we shall merely continue forward. After I grab some Soma and a precious egg. There you go. I'm pretty sure I haven't used any of my items that fully replenish all of my stuff, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Saving those for the rainy, rainy days. And super final bosses. Alright, so in theory, this should be the last door for this area. And then we just got one more thing we gotta run through. And then I guess the final boss, I would assume. Unless this game is gonna pull some kind of super swerve on me or something. It's possible. I don't doubt it. I could easily see that being a thing. Alright, well, back to my very, very successful strategy of just avoiding enemies entirely. That black figure isn't waiting for us. It seems to have a mind of its own, but yes, let's keep hypothesizing about it. And if you're just gonna leave the holes right there, all super easy like, Alright, what if I went this way instead? I made the right call. 2 wide open areas and a narrow pathway. I chose the narrow pathway and it worked out great. Wow, I'm so strong that there's an enemy in here that would much rather not get into battle with me. I shall respect its wishes, which is generally something that the shadows have never really afforded me in any capacity. So, really, I shouldn't be giving it any mercy, but I'm choosing to be the better person. That shadow is in incredible pain and terrified of its situation, and I choose not to manipulate or exploit that. The black figure that lures us to the doors at dead ends, and the past events we keep seeing beyond those doors. Given all that, the figure must be... And then she just ends her line of thought, I guess. I feel as if maybe we'd like to hear what she thought. Wow, the majority of the enemies are afraid of me. I'm okay with this. I feel like I've yet to run into an enemy that isn't afraid of me. Wow. I'm okay with this in so many ways you don't even know. Also, how much money do I have? I haven't looked in forever. You have a little bit, fair enough. Yeah. I don't really enjoy hearing your panic screeching, so if you could knock that off. Oh, that one's okay. Okay, so there are a couple of enemies that still want to mess me up. And of course, one of them would be the Ultra Hogan. Yeah, sorry, Ultra Hogan. We've talked about this. You've got literally no weaknesses and about a bajillion things. So many different things that you completely resist or block or nullify or whatever. Yeah, I know. I understand that you really think that and everything, but, like, I'm not kind of giving the game a choice here. Even if I bothered to stick around and fight the dang dude, he drops, like, I don't know, like 400 experience points. That's chump change. That is literally a massive waste of time, and I don't want to bother with it. So y'all can't make me. Give me some better high-tier rewards or something if you want me to give a ding-dang about your enemy. As is, I don't give a dip. And or dot. Oh, and quick turnaround, jumping down a hole. Fuka hasn't said anything about a strong presence or anything, so I feel like it's relatively safe to assume that we are going to reach the next door. Ooh, big fancy one. Dragon fangs, that's neat. Yeah, get it done with, Oh, really? It's just one of you dudes? Well, that's no big deal. It's barely even a thing. All right, fine. If that's the way you really want to go about it, I mean, all right, sure. I mean, you were so eager to get into a fight with me. It'd be rude to say no. But, like, I feel like I should just very, very quickly tell you that you literally had no chance from the get-go. You could summon new enemies of which to do battle with me, and it just ended up not working. See, don't you look and feel a fool. You should. I don't even need assistance. You ain't difficult. See, of all the enemies that have been terrified of me, I feel as if you should have most certainly been one of them. Sometimes fear is a good thing. It's your body's way of saying, wow, you have no way of being able to do anything about this. You should probably try to avoid it. Ah, delightful. We've been separated.
This item I found looks quite rare.
Somehow I doubt that.
I've obtained something rare.
Or have you? Okay. Well, I found the way back, not back, but way down. So if you guys could all come over here and maybe show me these quote-unquote rare things you found, I'll be the judge of that. Hello, Yukari. Hello, Mitsuru. What did you find? You found a spell ring. All right, that's an accessory. I'll call that rare. That's all I found. Ooh! Did you happen to just also possibly find the magical golden hammer of amazingness? Is this such a thing? Dare I dream? I don't remember what it was originally called. Is it better? It's the golden hammer with pointy bits. Yay! Now everything that I've lost has been returned. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Yep, looks like the end. We're coming over. Could you please look around a little while you're waiting? Yeah, sure. All right. Yep, endless void to the left. Endless void to the right. Yeah. All right, well, we've thoroughly inspected the area. Let's open the door. Yukari! It'll be Fuka. It's Yukari!
Attention, all students in the dormitory. The cafeteria will be closing in 30 minutes.
But I want the melon bread.
Oh, crap.
She forgot to buy melon bread.
Forget it.
She has given up on melon bread.
Oh, there you are, Yukari. We went to your room to look for you.
Oh, sorry. I don't think I can make it today. It'll be crowded anyway.
Hey, is that your stuff? Have you even been to your room since we got back?
Huh? Oh, yeah, you're right.
I don't believe this. You mean you've been spaced out for hours?
Don't hate. That's a perfectly acceptable use of time.
Are you sure you're feeling okay?
Oh, no, it's nothing, really. It's just... how should I put it? It's hard to believe it's already been 4 years since I got here.
Time makes fools of us all.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It sucks that we have to be cooped up in this dorm for 3 years. We should be out and having fun.
Uh-huh. Okay, sure, if that's how you want to interpret it.
This year's almost over, too. At this rate, high school will be over in a flash.
This is an unbelievable good thing.
Well, let's not set our sights too high. We've just got to get through this.
Thank you, nameless student girl.
Things went by so fast. I knew I wouldn't find out anything about Dad just by going to class. I mean, not even the police or the media have found anything new. It's already been 10 years.
The good news is she did, in fact, find out everything that she ever wanted to know.
Wonder if I should just give up.
We know that she didn't, and that's a good thing.
Ah, Takeba-san. You are Takeba-san, the freshman, right?
I suppose this is the truth. Why do you say her name so strangely?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
I'm glad you're here. There's a letter for you. I'm very sorry about this. It actually came in yesterday. But there were so many transfer stamps that I couldn't tell who it was for.
Who it be from?
What? It's from an Eiichiro Takeba. Is he a relative?
But that can't be. Commemorating the opening of the Moonlight Bridge 10 years ago?
Huh? Was it?
Takeba-san, wait! I need your signature here.
Too bad, you're not getting one. She's got important things to do.
And you forgot your things. These are your things, aren't they? Takeba-san?
Was I mistaken on who that name belonged to? I thought I knew. Also, is that everything we're getting? Huh.
You were all alone, trying to fight the Kirijo group's deception by yourself for so long.
Yeah, without an inside hook, that was probably never gonna go anywhere. You got real lucky.
It's not like that.
If we're being forced to look into our pasts, it would have been nice if you could have seen your father.
Just gonna bring that straight up, huh? Alright.
I would have liked to meet him.
It's not that big a deal. Now's not the time to go over the past. I'm tired of dealing with shadows. We should hurry and finish this.
Well, I mean, mathematically, we've got to be getting close to the end.
Yukari, aren't you pushing yourself a little too hard?
Oh, are we gonna start talking about that now?
You know how Igus has his power? She might not realize it, but that's gotta mean she inherited something from him.
You know, Igus is standing right there and can hear you, right? You could...
I'm anxious to get my own sign that I'm actually moving forward. I made a promise with him, too.
Yukari.
Now that I've seen my past event, I know for sure. The idea we had about there being something in common between all the memories we've seen.
So that means, on that day we saw, did you...
Kenkun's story, Akihiko Senpai's story, Junpei's and Koromaru's too.
Again, I feel the need to point out that it's a really large stretch to call that Koromaru's.
Mitsuru Senpai's is the one that makes it the most obvious.
Huh? I'm not following you here.
Oi!
What we've seen is each of our reasons for awakening to our persona.
It fits. Fuka awakened in front of everyone, and Aegis and Metis could use it from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no need to see their memories. That would make the most sense.
But even if that's so, why would we be seeing that here?
Yeah, now that I have absolutely no answer for.
Is it telling us to step back and examine our origins? Aegis-san, what do you think?
Beep, beep, bada, boop, boop.
Well,
Team huddle!
Yo, Aiga's sister. Don't act like this doesn't involve you. Let's hear what you think.
Why? I can't talk about the past with you all.
Oi.
I don't know anything about it.
what's the matter?
Nothing. I meant just what I said.
Yeah, you don't know anything about the past, so were you created with this place then?
You said you wouldn't leave me behind.
And so far we have not.
But I don't know anything about your past, so I'm always lost during these conversations.
Ah, I get it. You're lonely. See? You're a kid after all.
I mean, kinda, yeah.
Now I get why you got all well-behaved when we said we'd leave you behind.
I'm not a kid.
I mean, depending on how old you are, technically you could be.
You may not know anything about us, but we don't know anything about you either.
And at the very least, you could provide us with a large glowy door to illuminate that on for us. It'd be nice.
You must have special memories known only to you.
I think that's part of what she was talking about, how she doesn't... I mean, I guess she could have just been talking about the party, but still, I think she might not know anything about her past.
Like the memory of when you discovered your emotions.
Isn't it time you told us who you are?
Nah. I'm gonna save that for the end.
Memories? But I don't.
Have any? Because that'd be an issue. Oh,
Oh, it closed.
your thingy fell.
Sheesh.
Metis, I think you misunderstand. Not all of our pasts were glamorous.
In fact, I feel like we've kind of made a very strong case for the idea that none of them have been.
To be honest, there were more painful memories than pleasant ones.
That's clearly not true. All the things you laugh and talk about are from your past.
I mean, she does got a point. Oh, I guess we're just
Doesn't
ending
mince
that.
words, which forced us to another realization.
Feel like we could have probably explored more ground with that, but alright.
I felt, for the very first time, that the reason time stopped may in fact have something to do with us.
Is it because we all refuse to move on from the events that transpired earlier? And it's like a metaphor? If that is what it is, I'm okay with it. I won't make fun of you. We're coming up to our last shot at this. That thing up ahead, whatever it is causing all this. Supposedly tied to us and our personas. You don't think the only way out of this is for us to die? Thinking like that gets you nowhere. We wouldn't have come this far if we didn't believe there's another way. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad. My bad habits are coming back. We won't have to endure this for much longer. Everyone brace yourselves, we're going in. And, miraculously, none of us have gotten even remotely tired. Very interesting, that.
Good only one world, one love, but the battle goes on shadows of mass destruction. Ooh, yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Baby, baby. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ooh, yes. Do-do-do-do.